Since this is a pro-life gathering, I'm guessing that everyone here is pro-life. So I don't need to convince you that embryonic stem cell research is immoral and illogical. But most people today, even pro-lifers, don't know all the facts about embryonic stem cell research. Do you?
No.
Raise your hand if you still think you have some things to learn about stem cells. No. And for the people that do know a fair amount of information, it's still almost surreal because they're not seeing it happen. When it comes to abortion, people are horrified, and they should be. But killing embryos is just as bad, especially if they start cloning them just to harvest them. We, as the pro-life people of America, need to take a stand for what's right and not let the pro-embryonic stem cell research crowd continue to do its wrong. Many people believe that pro-lifers are opposed to all stem cell research. I have a friend that I talked to about abortion and stem cell research, and one day he came over to me with a magazine that said cures found using stem cells. He thought he was about to prove me wrong that they were finding cures using embryonic stem cells, but to his disappointment it just said cures found using stem cells. I then had to explain to him that I wasn't opposed to stem cell research, and that embryonic stem cell research is the only kind of stem cell research that me or any other pro-life person have a problem with. I'm absolutely for stem cell research. Every day when my mother gets up, she has to use an inhaler for asthma. I have a cousin that has seizures and probably won't be able to drive when he's 16. My 80-year-old grandfather has to carry an oxygen tank around wherever he goes. And my grandmother has to get needles stuck into her eyeballs so that she doesn't go blind from diabetes. I wouldn't wish any of these illnesses on anyone, and it is my hope that with further research into stem cells, all of these illnesses can be cured. We can get stem cells from amniotic fluid, umbilical cords, placentas, bone marrow, bloodstream, brain, spinal cord, dental pulp, skeletal muscle, cornea, retina, liver, pancreas, and even from fat. Isn't that cool? You like this? But seriously, this is the humane way to get stem cells from a willing donor, as opposed to stealing stem cells from an embryo and killing it. There are just so many other ways to get stem cells without killing the embryo, so why do people continue to support it? It must be working, right? The answer is no. Embryonic stem cell research hasn't cured anything. Adult stem cells have cured over 73 diseases, including Parkinson's disease, blood and liver disease, spinal cord injuries, various forms of leukemia, heart damage, auto disease, stroke, cancer, cartilage and bone damage. There's a lot more, but you get the point, right? There are lots of problems with using stem cells from embryos. They can form tumors, and they can be rejected by the patient because they're not from the person's own immune system. You know what they're trying to do now? They're trying to clone the patient so that they can use the stem cells from the clone, after they kill it, of course, to cure the patient. Now that's just creepy. Most people don't pay enough attention to the subject because they don't think it affects them. And the people that do try to find out more get a slanted opinion from the doctors, scientists, media, and politicians who tell them these lies because they think that they're right and that there's no need to view other opinions. I also believe that the pro-abortion crowd is trying to lower the value of life in any way possible so that they can keep abortion legal and people under their thumb. Okay, so people, what can we do to stop this immoral behavior? First, we need to inform ourselves. Second, we need to inform others. Last year, right here in Michigan, we had a vote regarding restrictions on embryonic stem cell research. It was called Proposal 2. Here's what I did. I wrote a report on embryonic stem cell research. I passed it out to some of my neighbors. I sent it to some people by email, and I made phone calls telling people to vote no. If everyone would have done one small thing like that, it might not have passed. It was very close, and it only passed by 53 to 47%. Abortion is evil, and so is embryonic stem cell research. But why do some people get more upset over abortion? It's because an aborted child looks like the humans we see every day walking down the street. An embryo doesn't look like that. When they abort a baby, you can see blood and body parts, and an embryo doesn't look as graphic because the baby hasn't developed that far. But both were equally alive and now both equally dead. We have to take this more seriously. It's extremely important that we don't let the pro-embryonic stem cell research groups continue to take away the rights of the embryos. We need to work hard to undo the damage that they have done and keep life sacred. People who feel like they're ready to do more for life at all stages of development, raise their hand. Okay, now for French. Embryonic stem cell research. Please don't throw shit at me. Are you ready to get into the fight?
Yes.
I don't hear you.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
probably all voted for Barack Obama. So I'm going to borrow his campaign slogan. Yes, we can. I'll ask the questions, and if you agree, simply answer, yes, we can. Could we win the fight against embryonic stem cell research?
Yes, we can.
Could we win the fight against cloning?
Yes, we can.
Could we win the fight against abortion?
Yes, we can.
Could we win the fight against infanticide?
Yes, we can.
Could we win the fight against euthanasia?
Yes, we can.
Could we win the fight against all the death that the world has embraced?
Yes, we can.
Could we walk out of this room and forget everything we just talked about? No, we can't! Now I'm going to end with a joke. How many pro-life people does it take to screw in a light bulb? The answer is 3. One say they will but won't. One say they will but won't finish. One say they will and actually go all the way and finish the job. Let's finish the job, people.